Record. All right. Thank you for that. So understanding why and how lead generation works. You know, I could just stop and talk about that. Understanding why and how lead generation works. You know, we get into this business. Somebody's got background noise, so if you guys can hit mute, that would be awesome. We get into this business and we hear you've got two jobs. Your job is to sell real estate, and your job is also to lead generate. And your first job is to lead generate. And then you hear things like, until lead generation is complete, nothing else matters and everything else is a distraction. And you hear things like time block to lead generate. And slow down for just a moment and ask the question, what is lead generation? How does it work? Do I know the answer to that question? What is the answer to that question for me? What is lead generation and how does it work? You know, when the market is hot, you're going to succeed. You're going to have business happen. And when things start to cool off, you have to move from having success to creating success. If you're taking notes, please write, my job is to create success. Because the days of having success, that may not continue. And then again, it may, but it may slow down. Having success is having a friend call you and say, hey, I remember you telling me you were a realtor at a party we were at a month ago, and I'm thinking about buying a house. Could you help me? Woohoo, party time. That's great, right? And that is having success. Okay, now creating success. What does that mean to you? What are you doing every day in order to create success? And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with having success. Nothing wrong at all. I love come list me's. Come list me is somebody who calls you and says, I want to put my house on the market. Can you help me? Come over tomorrow. 4 o'clock works for me. Let's put the house on the market. Woohoo, party time, let's go. Go get the listing. To come list me. And that's having success. That's not necessarily creating success. And don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that your marketing created a call. That's not having success. That you did create success because of your marketing. I'm talking about people just calling you out of the blue. Somebody told me you were a real estate agent, or I heard you're a real estate agent or something, and I want to sell my house. I want to buy a home. On page 57 of Shift, Gary says, most agents don't give adequate thought to building a successful lead generation program that works in any market. Most agents don't give adequate thought to building a lead generation program that works in any market. He goes on to say, the proven formula you can use for truly understanding what will work in your market is the 2 M's of lead generation: message and method. And one of the things I love about Gary, and he does this on page, I think it's 58, but let me go look just to make sure. Yeah, it's page 58. So he draws these really cool diagrams that make absolutely no sense when you first look at them, and then you have to dive deep and study them for them to start making sense. So here's what we're looking at. And if page 58 looks confusing to you, then this looks really confusing, right? I mean, take a look at that and just explain it, right? It's like, seriously, John, what the heck is that? Good question. So the 2 M's of lead generation: message and method. So 2 points on message first. Your message needs to match the market. And when we're talking about matching market, we're talking about your target audience, the group that you are marketing to. And your target audience may be Broward County. Nothing wrong with that. In other words, your target audience may be everyone. And then again, you might be targeting luxury homes that are waterfront, that are on the water. So your target audience could be waterfront luxury homes, or your target audience could be people in a certain age group, 55 to 70 years old. My age group, by the way, target audience. All right. Your match the market also means market conditions. So the message is different when interest rates are low than when interest rates are high. The message is different when inventory is falling and there's less homes available than it is when inventory is on the rise. There's more homes available and fewer buyers. Now you're changing your message because you want to match the market. The other point number one is match the market. Under message is MOFR, make an offer for immediate response. A MOFR is make an offer for immediate response. And you're either going to make you're going to make a direct offer or an indirect offer. Direct offer, you're marketing a property and somebody calls you and says, hey, I'd like to take a look at 123 Main Street. I might be interested in buying that home. Direct offer. Indirect offer would be a golden letter that has as your offer, respond to blank, blank, blank at kw.com for a free equity analysis on your home. That's a MOFR. It's an indirect offer. The person who's responding is getting something immediately, but they're not immediately interested in buying a home. All right, method, prospect and market. The three keys to prospect and market under method is number one, time block. And you're time blocking your preparation time, your take action time, and your maintain time. Preparation, take action, and maintain. Now, just to make that a little bit more simple, well, maybe not more simple, maybe more confusing. We're going to take method, this area over here, and we're going to just dive deep into that. So prospect and market. Under prospect and market, right, time block. And an example of what I'm talking about is 7 to 9 a.m. I'm going to prepare, or maybe it's 7 to 8. 2 hours is a lot of time to prepare. We're going to change that 9 to an 8. It's supposed to be, and it's a typo. So 7 to 8, prepare. 9 o'clock here and here. 10 to 1, take action. That's your lead generation time. And then 7 to 8 in the evening is maintain. That's updating your database, putting in all the notes, adding all of your new ads, launching 36 touch smart plans, making sure that you're putting notes in your follow-up plans. You're maintaining your lead generation plan. All right, now we can prospect expireds and canceled listings. We can circle prospect around a property that just sold, calling for sell by owners, door knocking, and doing open houses. And under marketing, we're 36 touch to our database, golden letters, our referral network of agents that are in our referral network, and social media. Now, I'm going to go back to the question that I asked at the very beginning, and that is, what does lead generation mean to you? Understanding why and how lead generation works. Understanding why and how lead generation works. You have two main ways of finding people who want to buy a home, people who want to sell a home. You're either going to prospect, which means you're actively going out and searching for people who want to buy and sell. You're actively prospecting, looking for people who are ready, willing, and able, find the motivated, or your marketing, which is to attract people to you. And then go back to the question again, do you understand why and how lead generation works? All right. How are you? Good. All right, so I wrote this book called Rainmaker. And I'm talking with an agent this weekend who's 30 years in the business and not with KW. Matter of fact, I don't even know this agent. She just found me on YouTube and called me because she was reading Rainmaker. And this is not about me. Don't hear that. This is about training and coaching and your superpower. And when I say your superpower, I'm talking to all of you who are part of Keller Williams, all of you who are part of our Waxman group here in South Florida, all of you who are part of Keller Williams Coral Springs. Your superpower is training and coaching. You have the opportunity to participate in the best training and coaching available in real estate. And one of the ways that I know that is when I get calls like this from an agent who's 30 years in the business with another broker who just read Rainmaker, and she's, oh my gosh, I never knew this. How do I do this? How do I do this? What does this mean? What do I do now? And she's just asking question after question after question. And I'm thinking, holy cow, if you've been in my office for the last 30 years, first of all, it's not possible. We've only been open 7 years. Secondly, I've only been a real estate agent for 20 years, but whatever. You get my point. Clear that up for us. Yeah, right. This is what happens when I take 4 days off. I'm thinking, how far behind is she? Right? And I'm also thinking, how much success has she had? Because she's had a lot. How much more could she have had if somebody would explain to her how this works? And the whole idea behind Rainmaker, I mean, it's only one, there's one concept in Rainmaker, lead generate. So lead generate is to make it rain. And the concept of the book came from the story of the Aboriginal tribe in Australia who are the rain dancers. And every single time they danced, it rained. And we were the only tribe that it would always rain, Michelle. There's other tribes, they would dance and every so often it would rain. But this one particular tribe, every time they danced, it rained. So somebody finally got the great idea that they were going to go to them and ask, hey, so what's the secret, guys? Why is it that every time you dance, it rains? And their answer was, we dance until it rains. There it is. So what is lead generation? Let me go back to the question Gary asked. How does lead generation work? You talk to people until you find somebody that wants to buy a home. You talk to people until you find somebody who wants to sell their home. You talk to people until somebody says, yeah, eventually I'm going to buy a home. Eventually I'm going to sell a home. And then you follow up with them systematically forever to create emotional proximity until they're ready to buy or until they're ready to sell. How does lead generation work? Talk to people every day, follow up forever. All right. Talk to me. What'd you hear?
Don't stop.
Silence. It's not a good sign. Don't stop.
Don't stop.
Don't stop. Thank you, Michelle. I agree. Don't stop. John, talk to us.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Max, hold on. Give me a minute, buddy. Sorry, my son just walked in.
Oh.